So I'm gonna pull up Forex Factory. I was just looking at Forex Factory there for the week. It's nothing, you know. I don't really expect much from news these days. It's just been acting really weird. Even last week, it hasn't really made much of a difference last week for us. I mean, there wasn't really any big moves, just manipulative moves. That's all I saw. But I mean, we have speaks here, governor speaking. I don't think this is going to cause us much. PMIs, flash, manufacturing PMI, official cash rate for the NZD. This might make some movement here. Then on what the hell just happened there? I think I clicked the wrong button. It was giving me the wrong dates. So then on Wednesday, yep, and then Thursday and Friday we have nothing. So very, very slow week, to be honest. But I'm looking forward to next week, see if there's any unexpected news, because last week, you know, due to the coronavirus, stuff like that, you always get kind of sudden moves that happen. So I'm excited to see, but I am expecting this week to be good, to kind of have a clear direction on where I want all my pairs to kind of be going towards. So I'm going to get started now. Right, so I'd like to welcome everyone that hopped on the live stream today. So as usual, what I'm going to be going over, very self-explanatory, I'm going to be going over my forecast for the week. So I'm going to be going over what I see on all of these pairs that are in my watch list. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, any pairs that you want me to go over, just give it time, because I probably will go over the pair that you want me to go over, because I'm going over most pairs. But yeah, we're just going to take a look through the market this week. So as usual, I'm going to start off with the DXY, right? So the DXY, as you saw, guys, I'm going to take a look on the daily. So from back here, what did we have? We had this kind of wedge, which we've been going over like multiple times. If you guys even take a look back on the channel and the Zoom calls, we've been discussing this for ages. Either it breaks out to the top or the bottom, and it did. And I said once it broke out, it was going to be very, very explosive, right? And it was clearly just that. So broke out, took out the liquidity from the trend line traders here that were trying to buy from this area. As you can see, we had this sort of wick right here, right? So this was inducing buyers into the market from this trend line, but boom, away it goes, creates another bearish candle, and it takes them all out. So it collapsed them here, and it collapsed them right there. Now price keeps dropping, and where did I tell you guys to watch out for? This candle right here, right? So I was expecting some sort of, you know, reaction from here. Either it was going to react from here and make a pullback and then drop again, or it was just going to push through here. But we had this level marked out. You can go ahead, guys, and check back onto the last streams that we did, right? We've had this area for a very, very long time, and all it did was in here we wanted to fill in some imbalances, as you can see, which it did just like that. And we had the institutional candle right here. So price dropped into our institutional candle, and what does it do? Boom, very, very strong reaction right here, right? So this wick reaction, what did we have? We had a bullish engulfing candle, right? Zoom in here to make it clear for you guys, not too much. Right, so bullish engulfing candle, another bullish candle. Then what do we have? We always have, remember what I tell you guys, once we have a mitigation out of the initial candle usually, the candle that usually mitigates out of the initial candle, this is number one, this is number two. From number two, we usually get another institutional candle, right? So right here, this gets created, right? And then what does price do? Price goes up, pulls back down into the open of that candle, and price pushes up. So if we mark out the open of this candle, just like so, boom. So as you can see, price has reacted from the open of this candle, sniper entry, and away it goes. So number one, and then out of the second candle, boom, it's pushing up again. Now what do we have here? As you can see, we have multiple imbalances that we would like to get filled in. No bullish candles at all in this area, so we would like another pullback, right? So overall, I'm still looking for price to push up higher, right, on the DXY. But what I am looking for is some sort of pullback around this time, and then a push up for this week, right? So for this week, I don't think we are going to get this push up. I think we're actually going to get this pullback. So focus on this week, pullback for this week, right? Corrective structure, right? So as you can see, something like this, and a pullback, and then another push higher, right? So this is what I'm seeing for the DXY. Boom. So, yo, what's good? Right, so for GU, get the chart cleaned up. So I'm not really going to go over the past structure because I feel like I waste too much time going over this past structure when it could easily be found, and I kind of already did talk about it on previous, live streams and previous Zoom calls. So I'm not really going to go over that right now. But what I am going to go over is the previous structure that we had for the past week. So what did we have, guys? We had this kind of consolidation, right? We had liquidity from the double top being formed up here, right? So we had this double top, meaning that there was money sitting up here, right? And we had money below here. So as you can see, guys, we had this three macro phases happening. So we had a contraction, that we had the push down that took out the liquidity from the bottom from this wick, this wick, this wick. Why? Because there are stop losses being placed under these right here, right, from retail traders. They got taken out, boom, away it goes, and now we get this kind of bullish movement after, right? So this was our trend then. Remember, this was our expansion, this was our trend, and that ended up taking our liquidity from the top here. Once it took out the liquidity, it wanted to drop. So it did, boom, two big candles, retrace back up one more time for our market structure break, and then boom, it's dropping. Now, why did it drop so hard? If you take a look here, imbalance, that fill in pretty nicely. And what I'm taking a look at now is this institutional candle on the daily time frame. So this order block, just like here. Which I would like to buy from this area. So I'll be looking for buys from here. Now, as I told the people on my last call, I remember even on Thursday, I was telling people, if you don't want to be taking trades from higher time frames just like this, and you want to wait for smaller time frames to get more precise entries and a better risk to reward, smaller stops, what you can do is you can wait for that second institutional candle to form, right? So as I told you earlier on in the DXY, on the DXY example right here, you saw the way this was formed, right? And then we had this react from here, and then boom, this was formed. What you can wait is for this to form. So you want to wait for that reaction and that bullish candle to engulf. So what you can do is just wait for that on a small time frame, just like the 4 hour here. So something like this happens. Boom, it touches, then it actually creates some bullish movement. Then we start looking for buys here, right? So that's what I'm looking for on GU. Now, where would I be targeting to? Overall, I think I'm still bearish on GU, right? So what I would target is, what I do think is going to happen is something like this. Now, if you take a look here, very, very bearish. We have imbalance spin left in here, right? And now we have this bullish institutional candle right here. So what I am looking for is for a price to react from this institutional candle, push up, fill in this imbalance, right? Go down and then up one more time to this price action right here. So to this bullish institutional candle, and then boom, drop from here. So that's what we're looking for, which means this could give us a risk to reward of, for example, let's just say we were putting our stop somewhere down here, right? 40 pips in for here, and we can aim for all the way somewhere up here, giving us a nice nearly 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? So that's not too bad at all, just like so. That's what I'm looking for on GU. Not really going to go over EU because that's the same thing for me, right? Same kind of same market structure, right? So what we can look for is buy around this area right here, right? So this kind of support we have around here, we look for that imbalance to be filled in. You can take a look at an imbalance entry. So we look for the 50%. Now I rarely take imbalance entries, so they're not really my favorite type, but it is possible that we can get an imbalance entry just like so. Then where do we take, one sec guys, I think someone's having trouble logging in. I'll just make sure that they're able to hop on the call. Just make sure everyone's on. Some people. Right. So as I said, 50% of this. Will be my entry point. Stop loss 30 pips just below this wick. And then I can aim for the same kind of structure. So if I take a look on a daily time frame, I could aim for the open, which gives me 100 pips. Very, very clean, you know, 3 to 1 risk reward, which is my minimum, right? Or we can aim for the 50%, whichever suits. I think I'd aim for here just in case. Meaning we're also aiming for this very, very strong resistance that we have as well here. So if you take a look, we have an area that has kind of been respected right here. But at the same time, this resistance means that we also have liquidity. So, you know, you always have to, as I always say, always look at two sides, right? Always take a look at it from retail point of view, and also take a look at it from the smart money institutional point of view, right? Also, guys, I know a lot of people, I did say that I was going to drop a discount code for our group, so I will drop that soon enough in a second. But let's keep going. And then where you can look for eventually to sell from is this perfect institutional candle, right? This is a very, very nice example of an institutional candle. If you take a look here, lots and lots of wicks, right? Contraction, boom, expansion. Our institutional candles usually always in an expansion zone, and then a drop. So take a look at here. This is where we can look to sell from, right? Let me turn off my phone. It keeps buzzing from the chat. Right, we can take a look to sell from here. Look at our this is unbelievable. Boom, a 15 pip stop loss. Even smaller if you want, but I'm going to give it a few extra breathing space. 13 pip stop loss. Where can we eventually aim for? All the way down here once again. Well, what is this? This is a 9 to 1 risk to reward ratio. 9 to 1. Unbelievable trade. Right, I did send in this to the chat. Right. Right here. Boom. Just like so. So that could help some of you guys with your risk management. Just shows you that you don't even need this bullshit 90%, right? A lot of signal providers say, oh, we win 90% of our trades, 97% accuracy. It's bullshit, right? You really, really don't need that at all. You can still be in profit by winning only 1 of 5 trades. You can take 5 trades, lose 4, win 1, but as long as your risk to reward is 1 to 5, you're still in profit. That's unbelievable. I would like to think that with our strategy, right, we can easily get to 60% win rate or 50% win rate. We're easily in this bracket right here. We're not even in this bracket, right? We're in this bracket right here. And our minimum is a 1 to 3. Right? Our minimum is 1 to 3. So we're not looking at 1 to 2 or 1 to 1 because I believe that this is just basically gambling. So we're not looking at this at all. So what we're looking at is this 1 to 3, which means that we can still only have a 30% win rate, and we'd still be in profit from 1 to 3, right? But we're up here. So as you can see, we're green, right? Which means blue, blue, blue. So, yep. That was just it really quickly. Right, so I'm going to take a look at GJ. I believe that's the same market structure, right? We look for buys from this institutional candle right here that I want to point out. Now, this is a propeller candle, right? This is a candle. This is number 2 institutional candle that goes right in, trades into that initial candle, and this becomes a propeller candle, just like so. Take a look to buy from here. All the way up here. Very, very nice risk reward, 5 to 1. Why do we look for here? We look for this imbalance in here. Can I join the group? Yeah, mate. No problem. Just send me a message on Telegram and I can help you out after this live stream. Right, so we have an imbalance here that we would like to get filled in. Our institutional candle. Boom. We take our fib level from our low to high. Where is our beautiful open of the institutional candle line on? Exactly on the open of the 78.6, right? So this is a discounted level where the banks, smart money, would obviously want to buy from. So this is another great confirmation that we would want to buy GJ right here. So yeah, that's my setup on GJ. Nothing really else to go through there. Yeah, it's looking really nice. We have an imbalance. If we break it down here, we have an imbalance that we would like to get filled in, which means that our open of our institutional candle is actually 50% of that imbalance right here, right? So also, guys, if you wanted to reach me on Telegram and you're not on our Telegram channel, just message me at this username, right? So this is my username on Telegram. If you'd like to get in contact with me now, this is it right here. And this is our website. If you would like to hop on our group for the upcoming week, right here we have 3 plans: monthly, 6-month, lifetime. Difference between these two is you actually get one-on-one mentorship included in the lifetime, and then 6 months you get direct access to me, right? So you can send me your analysis whenever you need to, and I can always give you personal private feedback, right? So take a look at it right here. I'll drop the link down in the chat. Right, so the next pair. Let me see what we're looking at for GN. Also, guys, if you haven't already, please make sure to drop a like on the stream. We have 45 people watching the stream and only 14 likes. Would really mean a lot. Are all these setups posted in the premium group? So I go over them on the call first, and then when I see them getting close, or biases sometimes change midweek, so you never know. But I do try and send out ones as soon as possible. Like these setups won't always last. A lot of times they get missed. New setups get created, so you can't always just stick to one setup. Right. I don't really want to go over GN, GC, any of these pairs. All right. So if we take a look at Euro GBP. Right, so here's a trick that I'm going to share with you guys that I always kind of makes me helps me choose where do I want to look for myself from. So if I go back, I always take correlation into consideration. I know that your GBP and GU, they have some sort of correlation, right? Because they're both GBP, right? So if I take a look at GU and I'm like, okay, price is extremely close to where I want to actually start buying from. So if I start buying, then most likely EG is going to start dropping, right? So I take a look at your GP and I'm like, I need to find the closest area where I can actually start looking to sell from, right? So I take a look and I try and mark out my institutional candle on the daily. No, my institutional candle on the daily is too far away, right? Price is going to start dropping. So I take a look at the weekly. I take a look at the open. For all I know, it could actually start dropping from the open, but the next valid entry as well is a 50% of the institutional candle. This is a very strong institutional candle on a weekly time frame, right? So you really have to, this is a perfect example. Look at this huge massive wick that ends up going up just above this double top that we have right here, right? And this is the weekly time frame, so this is very strong. Lots of liquidity sitting up above here. Lots of liquidity. wick up above here, takes out that liquidity, starts dropping, right? And then once again, our another confirmation is this very, very big bearish engulfing candle that engulfs this. Pew. Then we wait for that retracement back up, our mitigation, and then we look for that drop. So this is what I'm looking for on your GP. We could potentially get a sell from 50% of this weekly candle. Right? Give me a moment, guys. Just gotta check up on something really quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop you guys the coupon code that you can use for the next 24 hours to get cheaper. Right, so I'm going to drop you the code right now. Alright guys, so here's the code. If you take this code that I'm going to drop in the chat right now. Right, so this is a code. 1000 to celebrate 1000 people in our free chat. If you take this code right here and you drop it onto one of our, for example, on our checkout page, right, and you click on the promo, box, it's gonna let you guys get a discounted price, right? So make sure to use that code. Right, so getting back into it. Euro odd, let's see. Not in your Euro odd. I kind of don't like the price action in Euro odd. Very, very, choppy. I'm gonna stay away from this for now. USD CAD. So what we can expect on USD CAD is something like this. I believe that we can get a sell from here. I'll be looking to short from here. Take out the liquidity that's sitting under here. Boom. And then eventually come down here where our institutional candle of the daily is. Somewhere around here. And then buy up. So something like this. Right. So I'm looking at for USD CAD. Any pairs that you guys want me to go over specifically, just drop them down into the chat. No, this discount, the discount is just for like this month. It won't be every single month. 80 CHF. I hate that pair, to be honest, but I'll still go over it for you. 80. Right, so as you guys know, we kind of already called a drop for AD before, right? Up here we called it, it dropped, it did a retracement, came up to this level, dropped again. And we're still looking for short setups, right? So I see you guys. I See gold, gold, gold. A lot of people want me to go over gold. Yeah, no bother, I'll go over that. So what I do see for gold, everyone loves gold. Okay, okay, I'll go over gold in a second, right? Right, so what I do see is for AUD, if it ends up, I don't really see it set up right now, but I do see it dropping more, coming back up, and this could potentially be a new institutional candle, right? So if price does end up doing this, taken out this week, I will wait for this week to be taken out first, this liquidity, because after liquidity, usually what we get is a little smaller retracement. So once that liquidity gets taken out, we probably will see a retracement. This C took out this kind of, boom, not a triple top, just these 3 weeks. If we drop down to the smaller time frame, right? I want you guys, I want to also mark out this level for you guys. Take a look at this. What do you guys notice around this red box? Let me drag it back even more. What's this? It's a very, very, very strong area of resistance and support, right? So what a lot of people will do is they drop down to the 5 minute, they look to short from this area. Why? Because boom, price comes up one more time, they short. Drops down for a little bit, and boom, big, huge price action, takes out that liquidity on the top. Everyone from here selling here, tricks them on the small time frames, and then it drops. This is why I take this as an institutional candle, because I always take a look at my institutional candles. Not every last up candle or every down candle before the up or down move means it's an institutional candle. When you give something the name institutional candle, remember, institutional. So you're literally basically saying that institutions were in play around this candle. So you have to have a reason why you call this institutional candle, right? It has to live up to its name. This is why I call this an institutional candle, because it takes out liquidity from here, and boom, you can see big drop after that bearish engulfing candle. This is why I call it institutional candle. Gold for you guys. Right. There's 2 scenarios that can play out on gold, short term and long term. We had this box. Price broke out, took out the liquidity from here, hopefully takes out the liquidity from here, which then it will mean it will drop down, right? And then it could buy up then after that from the daily time frame. If you take a look at the daily time frame, boom, we have our IC right here. We also have tons of liquidity sitting up here. So that's my bias on gold. USDMXN. Right, on USDMXN potential, same thing as USD CAD. So something like this, sell off. To this candle right here, right? Or this candle, depends. We'll have to see which one. But 500 pips, 71 SL. Remember, pip value on USDMXN very, very small, so it's fine. That's what I would look for on USDMXN. Right? UJ. What UJ needs right now is a big retracement back up. So I would be looking for a retracement back up, then you can start looking for shorter opportunities on the daily time frame. Right, because overall, bearish. You can see bearish. imbalances in here to be filled in. Right, so that's what I see on USD/JPY. Other than that, I don't really see anything else, guys. Yeah, so do you guys have any questions? Because other than that, that's all I see. Hope you guys gained some value from that anyways. As I said, if you guys want to hop on, make sure to head to our website and sign up. Looking like a great week ahead. Get access to our smart money course and our signals. So yeah, hit me up on Telegram or just sign up directly on the website and we'll get you added. Other than that, if there's no questions, I think we are done. Right, so that's it from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this market analysis. If you want to go back over it, I'll try and upload the video again once to my channel. So if you want to go over the recording, head there onto the homepage and you shall find it in a couple of hours. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope everyone has a great, successful week.